Okay, so on page 15, we're going to go over unit rates. And a unit rate is a rate where the denominator is equal to 1. And you can change any rate into a unit rate by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So we are going to change this into a unit rate. So 250 miles in 4 hours. Now we want to divide the top by 4 and the bottom by 4 because we want the denominator to be 1 hour and thus a unit rate. So 250 divided by 4, 4 goes into 25 6 times with a remainder of 1. 4 goes into 10 2 times with a remainder of 2, and 4 goes into 25. So it's 62.5 miles per 1 hour. So you can write it as miles over 1 hour, or as it's commonly written, miles per hour. 30 minutes for 8 questions. So I'm going to divide the top by 8 and the bottom by 8. And 8 goes into 30 3 times with the remainder of 6. And it goes in 7 times. It goes into 60, remainder of 45. So 3.75 minutes per 1 question. And then $1.50. I put the decimal in the wrong place, sorry. $1.50 for 7 bananas. Divide by 7, divide by 7. 7 goes in twice. So it's approximately 21 cents per banana. And remember that money always gets rounded to the hundredths place. Okay, so now as a unit rate, we can represent a unit rate on a graph. And when a unit rate gets represented on a graph, we know it's always y over x. So as an ordered pair, the unit rate is when x equals 1 and whatever y equals is the unit rate. So this ordered pair on a graph would be 1, 62.5. B would be 1, 3.75. And C would be 1 and 0.21 cents. So for the next ones, we're going to actually graph them. So now 120 miles per 2 hours would be 60 miles per 1 hour. Now, if I was to put this on a graph, it would go through 0, 0, because 0 miles and 0 hours. 1 hour would be 60 miles. 2 hours would be 120 miles. 3 hours would be 180, and it would look like this. So again, it would be a straight line through the origin. So there is a proportional relationship between x and y, and the slope of this would be y over x. And so for you to find the unit rate, you just look for where x is 1. You go up to the line and over, and 60 would be the unit rate. So let's look at the next one. 16 minutes, 4 questions, divide by 4, divide by 4. You get 4 minutes per 1 question. So I would write that as an ordered pair as 1, 4. And again, it would be 0, 0. I would do 1, 4, 2, 8, 3, 12, and 4 would be 16. Now notice, if I take all of these points, other than 0, 0, 1, 4, x, y. If I put y over x, it equals 4. If I put 8 over 2, it equals 4. If I put 12 over 3, it equals 4. So this equation would be y equals 4x. And the unit rate is when x is 1, and whatever y is going to be your slope. So this equation would be y equals 60x. And again, every point, if you put y over x, it will equal 60. And so this unit rate would be represented by the ordered pair 160. Okay, let's look at the last one. And if I was to write this as a unit rate, I divide by 7, and I get 20 cents per one banana. So one banana is 20 cents, 2 bananas, 40 cents, 3 bananas, 60 cents, 4 bananas, 80 cents, 5 bananas, $1, 6 bananas, $1.20, and 7 bananas, $1.40. It's a straight line through the origin. Every time I put y over x, it equals 20 cents. So 20 cents is the constant of variation. My equation is y equals 0.20x, and my unit rate is 1, 20. Okay, so let's look at the next page, and we're going to look at some graphs and decide what the unit rate is. Okay, we're going to skip page 16 and we're going to go to page 17. Okay, and if we look at the first one, this unit rate is going to be 20 points per game. And I get that because I look at the point 120. And if you look at all of these, when I put y over x, they all equal 20. So the equation is y equals 20x, and the ordered pair is 1, 20. So let's look at number 2. The unit rate would be, here's a 1. So I go up and over, and that's a 10. So the ordered pair would be 1, 10, and this would be $10 per 1 hour. My equation would be y equals 10x, and every time I put y over x, so in this case 50 over 5, I get 10. Now, for the next one, if I go up 1, this is 15. So this is going to be 15 words per 1 minute. My ordered pair for the unit rate is 115. My equation is y equals 15x. Okay. Now, let's look at the next one. Okay. So, now for number 4, it's going to be a little harder because here is a 1, but I can't tell exactly what that number is. So when that happens, you have to find a place where you can clearly see. And here I see 4 clearly goes to 300. So what's 300 over 4? Well, 4 goes into 37 times, and 4 goes into 25 times. So my unit rate is 175. And that means, like for here, this is 6 450. If I divide 45 by 6, sorry, that would be 450 divided by 6. 6 goes into 45 7 times, 6 goes into 35. So that also equals 75. So my equation would be y equals 75x, and this is 75 miles per hour. So let's do one more. And again, for this next one, I can't tell what the 1 is. So I'm going to go here and say 10 and 5,000. So y over x is 5,000 over 10, which is 500 over 1. So my unit rate is $500 in 1 year. My equation is y equals 500x. And just to double check, 10,000 over 20 is 500. So I know that that is correct. So if I expressed my unit rate as a point, it would be 1 comma 500. Okay, so you should be able to do the rest on your own and check the key online.